Welcome to Good Faith's innovative forensic software, ClaimEOT, for managing delays, claims, and disputes. Traditionally, delay analysis can take weeks or months to complete it. However, in this video, I am going to explain how you can instantly perform the delay analysis, analyze the entitlement, and generate the claims report using ClaimEOT. ClaimEOT, it is cloud-based application developed by Good Faith. This is the landing page of the application where you can find different menus such as the data, expert, facts, forensic, claim, tools, AI provision, help, and info icon and user icon. Under this landing page, you need to select the company name or the particular details. I am selecting the Good Faith demo. Then under that you may have the number of the projects, so you need to select the which project you are going to work on. I am selecting the demo project. Data menu will allow the user to enter the contract particulars, condition of contract, project particulars, program, and events. There are settings that you can set it for the concurrency principle also. Contract particulars allow the user to enter the original contract, contract amendment, and milestone. I am not going in detail for this general details such as the contract particulars, condition of contract, and project particulars. However, I go through overview. Condition of contract that allow the user to enter the condition of contract details. Whatever the relevant condition, user can add it to over here. There are two ways to add it. You can directly type it over here, or you can extract clause from the any of the PDF documents. Project particulars allow the user to enter the general detail about the project, photos, stakeholders, scope of work, tender, contract, addendum, and status. So whatever the general information you want to mention in the final claim narrative report, those general information can be added over here. Now let's go to the core data program. In order to perform the analysis, we need to have the two set of program files. One is the baseline, another one whatever the update we have it. We already loaded the couple of program files here. However, I will explain how to add the program files. This application is designed to read �XCR, MS project, ASTA Power project. However, this demo I am going to present for the �XCR file. So let's assume that user want to add it baseline program. You can go for add program, then pop-up will come where you can give the name of the program baseline, and whatever the notes you want to give, you can give on. Then submitted date of the program. I am selecting the date in 2022 because this project belongs to 2022. If the program is accepted, user can give the accepted date. Otherwise, user can select the �XCR file directly. I am selecting the �XCR file for this project. I am going for the particular project selection. Give a minute. Yeah. I am selecting that baseline program file. Once the file has been selected, you can go and add it over here. So this is the file I added. If you look at whatever the program file I added earlier, it is mentioned successfully added. Now whatever the program file added now, it is mentioned read. The process may take 2 to 3 minutes time, depends upon the number of activities the system will take the time. However, this demo project is very small. User can click this retry button immediately to make sure that the program is successfully added over here. If they want to preview that particular program files, under the controls there is a preview feature. User can preview the particular program file also. Let's go back to the program. Similar to this one, user can add on the update also. We already loaded the update program files here. User can preview the update program file also. Before that, I just want to preview baseline again. If you look at that baseline, there is a 108 days of duration. If I go back to the program under the update, if I preview the update program, it has the 143 days of duration. It means there is a 35 or 40 days of delay in the project. Now let's go back to the program. Like this, user can add the n number of the program files. Let's assume that user want to analyze this update program file comparing with that baseline program. In order to perform the analysis, user can go to that expert menu and they can go for delay analysis. Under the delay analysis page, they need to select which two program files they want to compare. So I'm selecting the plan, I'm selecting the baseline program what we added right now. Under the actual, I'm selecting the update program what we already have it here. The period of the analysis, either user can perform the analysis for the complete duration, or they want to perform the analysis for the particular duration, they can give that window duration also. So they can choose the option here. Path, the system is designed to perform the analysis for the all the path, not just the critical path. So moreover, they can perform and take the detail only all the path or impacted path. In this case, I am selecting the all the path and delay. They can perform the analysis for the project completion or any of the interim milestone if they have the interim milestone for the particular project. In this case, I am selecting the project completion. Once the parameter is set, user can click this analysis. The system may take up to 5 minutes time to give you the analysis. It depends upon the number of activity present in the particular project program file. However, as this demo project is very small, it can give the analysis instantly. So I am going to click this analysis now. As soon as the system is performed the analysis, this is the summary of the analysis where you can find the how many path it has analyzed. In this case, it is 9 path. Sometime it may be 100 path, it may be 1000 path. The system is capable of giving the detail up to 5000 path. Against each path, user can find the different level of information. If you look at the bottom of the graph where that project level information is plotted, it's indicating that red bar indicating that how many days of critical delay was happen in the particular period, and magenta bar indicating that how many days of mitigation was happen in the project. Later on we will see it concurrent delay, excusable delay and compensable delay. There is no concurrent delay, excusable delay and compensable delay as of now because we didn't have loaded any events over here. Let's assume that we have this summary of the details. Now you want to see of three kind of details. You can go and see the further detail, such as the which point of time the project has been delayed, or which path is driving path, and which are the root cause activities that causing this 41 days of critical delay. Let's go and see which point of time the project has been delayed. For that, user can go to that facts and they can go for daily delayed trend. What the system gives, it give you that line graph plotting against the whatever the period of the analysis as a x-axis, and y-axis will give you the critical delay was what how many days of critical delay at any point of time. This line chart indicating that if the line is horizontal, it means at that point or at that period there is no critical delay was happen in the project. If the line is going upward, it means during that particular point the project has been critically delayed. So like this, user can instantly identify which point of time the project has been delayed. If you look at here, there is a delay in the first week of March. Similarly, there is a major delay in the first week of or end of the April. So this graph will give that user information which point of time the project has been delayed. Based on that, they can go and see of the details. Is there any delay that is caused by the employer or natural event? Then they can go and add the event. Now let's see it. There is a 41 days of delay. Definitely, we might have critical path. The critical path may shift depends upon the update and delay. So we want to see of the critical path status. So you can go for facts and you can go for critical path dynamics. Hereafter, I am not doing anything. The system will analyze which path is your driving path at any point of critical delay. If there is a 3 days of delay it's happening, then that delay is coming from the path so and so. Path 1, 2, 3 in this case. User can pause it at any point of time. At the right side, there is a pause button. User can pause it at any point of time. And until now, the path 1 2 3 are driving path. That's the reason it shows path 1 2 3 with how many days of delay was happening in the particular path. You can pause it and you can observe, okay, this is the path it's driving at the day 20. So you want to explore that which the 20 days of delay, which point of time that 20 days of critical delay was happen. You can go to the daily delay trend and you can see up which point of time that was happening over here. Let's play this dynamic path chart to observe until the whole project period of analysis. Let's see which path is finally driving path, then we can go and see of the details for the any of the path. It's performing the calculation and it's give that status based on the period of the analysis. This path 4 5 6 are the near driving critical path. You can say how many days of its critical delay was happen in the particular project. If you see, if you look at or if you observe clearly, the path may be shifted. If you see right now the path 134, there is no path 2. Path 2 is freezed up to 22 days of delay actually. So now finally the path 1 is the driving path from the day 1 of the delay to the until now. In different project might be the delay might be from path 1 from the continuous, or different path may take precedence over the some other path. In this case only the path 1 is the driving path. Let's assume that you want to explore which are the activities it is causing these 41 days or 31 days of delay. So you can go and explore those activities here. For that you can go to that forensic menu. You can go for cause and effect. Cause and effect is the Gantt chart that is plotted whatever the activity it has analyzed for the particular period. Against each activity, you will see the different level of information. Look at that second activity. The dark blue bar indicating that what is the planned duration of the particular activity, and light blue bar indicating that what is the actual or forecasted period of the particular activity. If the dark blue bar is highlighted with red colored bar, it means that this is critical in the plan. If you look at this A1020, there is a red bar associated with the planned below the planned bar. It means that red bar indicating that there is a critical delay. That delay is impacting the project completion. If you look at these two activities, there is a delay in that activity. So that delay is impacting the project completion. So that is highlighted with the red bar. You can see that red bar sometime at the end of the activity. This one it's indicating that A1020 indicating that the start of the activity is delay and the delay is impacting the project completion. If you look at that A1030, it's showing that red bar at the end of the activity. It means during the progress this activity has been delayed, so that is impacting the project completion. Like that user can see how I just changed that unit to weekly to show you that more number of activities. So wherever you see that red bar, it's indicating that that is the one it's causing that whatever the delay you got it earlier. If the actual is indicated with mitigation, then there is a magenta color bar will indicate that it's mitigated. If you look at that first activity here, it seems that the first activity is delay. However, the delay is not impacting the project completion due to that floor. That's the reason it's not highlighted with the red bar here. So wherever that critical or root cause delay is happening, that delay will be highlighted with the red bar. If you look at this A0106, sorry, A1060, the red bar will comments from which point of time the project the activity delay is impacting the project completion. So like this you can explore that all the impacted activities instantly. If you have the schedule that has the more than 1000 activities, there is a filtration. You cannot go and see of the impacted activities instantly. For that you can go and use this filtration impacted activities. This will plot all the impacted activities either critically delayed or mitigate. Using this information as well as the earlier as I shown in the dynamic path information, you can use this information for the controlling the project. Earlier we saw the path 1 is the driving path. Now whatever the detail you are seeing here, it is project level, all the activity it has analyzed. If you want to see any particular path, left side the path will become enabled. So you can click any path numbers to see of the particular path activities. So if you want to see that path 1, because that is the driving path, you can click this path 1 and see how it has been changed to path 1. So whatever the detail you are seeing right now, it is only for the particular path. Like that you can explore any of the path here actually. So as I mentioned earlier, using this information as well as the critical path dynamic movement, you can see how you can plan to control the project actually. Let's assume that the path 1, this is the delay and the project is still ongoing and there are future activity comes, then you can see how. So you can mitigate only this path 1, then some delay will be mitigated, because this dynamic path will give you which path to address the delay. I hope this point is very clear for you. If you have any doubt, just raise a comment, we will clarify that one. Okay, let's go back to the cause and effect. So these are the activities, okay, has been delayed due to some reason. As you know that in construction, whatever the delay it's happened to the project, it is contractor responsibility unless otherwise contractor identified any event that is caused by the employer or natural event. Now we are moving from the project control to the claim version. Okay. Once we have these details, we can discuss with the project team what is the reason for this delay. It may be in-house delay or it may be the delay caused by the employer or natural delay. Once you identify any delay that is caused by the employer, let's assume that this first activity identifies stakeholders. There is a start delay is indicating that is critical. You can discuss with the project team and to know the reason for that one. If they found that it is delayed by the employer due to some reason, whether it is delay in the drawing or delay in the access or whatever the reason, once we have the reason for that one, you can add it here as a event and you can link that event to this activity, see of the entitlement, as well as later on you can generate the final narrative report also. So in this case we are going to assume now this identify stakeholder, the start is delayed by the employer. Let's go and add the event over here. You can go for data, you can go for events. We already added the couple of events. I will delete one event here. You can add the event here. I will explain how to add the event over here now you can go to that add event, then the pop-up will come add new event, where you can give the event id and just giving that event id demo. Whatever the event id you want to give, you can give one. Then you can give that event type. Once you click this event type, whatever the default event type it's apply here, so you can choose the appropriate event type. I'm selecting in this case drawing. Then risk type. If you see in construction, there are three kind of risk event. Employer risk event, it means time and cost is entitled by the contractor. Shared risk event, it means only time is entitled. Contractor risk event, in this case I am just assuming that it is employer risk event. I am selecting employer risk event. Then there is a default description is available. User can use the default description or they can give whatever the description they want to give. I am using as it is, just filling out some dates here to complete the sentence. This description doesn't impact the analysis. However, this description will be used while later cases while generating the report. Then you can go for status. You can mention whether it is ongoing event or completed. Let's assume that it is completed event. Then most important, you need to say which class it's giving that entitlement to claim this delay drawing event type. So you can click this one. Whatever the class you added earlier, it will pop up here. So you can select the appropriate class. As that event type is drawing, I am selecting the delay drawing and instruction. That is the class it's giving that entitlement to claim this event. Then event period, start date and end date, you can give one. I am selecting the event start date roughly in January 1st, and let's assume that it was happened for the first week or the 10 days of the January. Once you filled everything, you can go and add the event over here. What the system does here, system will go and analyze all the data entered by the user. It will create the log of the event over here. As soon as you identify any event, you need to issue the notice to the other party. For that reason, there is a inbuilt feature in this application. Under the controls, there is a draft notice provision. User can click this draft notice provision, where the system will automatically prepare the notice based on this event detail as well as the general condition of contract what they set it here. So I'm going to click this one under the control draft notice provision. The system drafts a notice based on the event as well as the general condition what they set it. So user can download that content and they can make it as a formal notice to the other party by attaching the some other supporting documents and issue to the other party instantly instead of waiting for the so many days. That will avoid unnecessary dispute whether the notice has been submitted on time or not. Apart from that one, if you issued any notice, you can attach that notice here as a import notice provision. So anytime you can download that attached notice as well as that notice will be referred in the claim narrative report later on. I will explain in some other video this import notice provision. Now we added the event. Now we need to link this event to the particular activity. For that, you can go to that data and you can go to that program and you can preview your baseline program file. Go for preview. Then you can identify which activity you identified earlier. That was in this case identify stakeholders. You can double click that particular activity. Then there's a pop-up will come, assign delay responsibility. If you remember, the delay can be happen at the start of the activity or during the progress of the activity. Similarly, you can assign two different events based on who caused that delay actually. In this case, we assume the start only its delay and we are going to assign that event to the DR start. DR means delay responsibility. In default, it is contractor risk event. You can click this drop down, then you can find all the events, whatever the events you added earlier, it will pop up here. So you can select the appropriate event. I am selecting the e-demo here. This is the event we added recently. Once that event has been selected, the system will save that information. You can exit the process. Like this, you can add the number of the event and you can assign to different activity if you feel that is caused by the employer or natural event. Once the process is completed, you can go and perform the delay analysis again to see of the entitlement. For that, you can go for expert and go for delay analysis. Same procedure, you are selecting the baseline program and you are selecting the your update program file. Then you are selecting the same period, same detail for the path and project completion. Go for analysis now. The system will give you that summary of the analysis considering whatever the event added by the user. If you remember earlier we saw only the critical delay and the mitigation. Now we are able to see excusable delay that is mentioned in the light green bar and the compensable delay that is mentioned in the dark green bar. There is a excusable delay of 2 days and the compensation is 2 days. Still there is no concurrency at all because during whatever the period that delay is happening, there is no concurrency. If you want to see that Gantt chart, you can go for forensic and you can see the Gantt chart cause and effect. So the Gantt chart will be updated for the particular activity as it gives the entitlement. It is plotted with the light green bar indicating that it's giving that excusable delay and a dark green bar indicating that that delay critical delay is giving the compensable delay. This is the delay analysis. You can print this Gantt chart and submit while submitting the final narrative report. Either you can print it or you can save it as a PDF document. Okay, suppose assume that you evaluated as a contractor, you want to submit your justification report to the other party such as the consultant and the employer. You can go and generate the narrative report also. Now I am going to explain how you can automatically generate the prime narrative report. Once you performed the analysis, you saw that there is a entitlement of the critical delay. Entitlement, it is 2 days. You want to make a submission to the other party. You can go for claim and you can initiate the report. What the system does here, system will analyze what are the general details entered by the user in terms of the contract particulars, condition of contract and project particulars. Then it will analyze what was the program you analyzed and what was the detail I shared with you. It start generating the report now. If it is first report without entering any of the detail over here, you can click this prepare claim report. If it is interim report such as the 2 and 3, you need to make sure that is there any EOT agreed before this event or is there any EOT submission has been made or not. Let's assume that this is the first report. Let's go and prepare the claim report here. What the system does here, system will prepare and will show you that complete report instantly. If you look at that left side, you can find the content of the report, and the right side you can see the complete report. The content includes introduction, background, relevant contract particulars, critical delays, causes and entitlements, claim, and the conclusion. Each section will covers the detail. Introduction, background covers the project, contract, status, terms and definitions, and purpose. The relevant contract particulars covers the contractual provision. Critical delays explain how many days of delay was happened in the project, and the which are the activity, which path it's impacting, which are the activities has been delayed in the particular period. Then causes and entitlements, that explain what is the provision in the contract, extension of time provision, risk event provision, concurrency, and so on. Then section 5 claim, it will summarize how many delay events it's claimed in this report. In this case only one. If you have more than one, that also will be mentioned over here. Then 5.3 will explain that event delay in identify stakeholders due to employer risk event drawing. What is the cause, what is the entitlement, and is there any notice has been submitted by the claimant or not. In this case there is notice has been submitted, and what is that impact, which period has been impacted and which path it's impacted. Based on that, how many days of critical delay was happening. If there is a concurrency, then it will give you what is that concurrent number of days also, but in this case there is no concurrent delay. Accordingly, it will give you what is that contractor entitlement. Excusable delay is 2 days and the compensable delay is same as the excusable delay, it is 2 days. Then accordingly that event will be summarized. If you have more than one event similar to 5.3, you will have the 5.4, 5.5 like that, depends upon the number of events. Each event will be explained, then accordingly final conclusion will follow, where that some each impacted activity and event will be summarized based on when it was happened. Then final conclusion will follow, how many days of critical delay, from that how many days of entitlement user claims in this report. User can export this complete report as a Word document. They can go for claim and export. The complete report will be exported. They can open that exported file. This is the exported Word document. It is cover page where that project name and the report detail will be mentioned. Then it follows the contents. These are the content what I showed to you earlier. Then it has developed almost, let's see, 25 to 26 pages of the report. This is the formatted report what we saw earlier. So user can peer review and attach that other documents what they printed out from here, as well as they can attach the records and the baseline and update program to submit as a formal claim. I hope you understand how you can leverage our innovative forensic software ClaimEOT for effective project control, claims, and dispute management. You may know delay analysis is complex but effective project control technique. However, delay analysis is traditionally performed for managing claims only. With the ClaimEOT, you can perform the delay analysis instantly. Analyze lookup program to control and mitigate the delay. Analyze update program to manage the claims. Use ClaimEOT and perform delay analysis whenever you need, so you can add value to yourself, project, and the company. I hope you enjoyed this session. Look forward our collaboration. Thank you.